Like the 99% versus the 1% kind of thing. So the intellectual dark web is like the 1% of like people that think differently. Have you heard the term intellectual dark web?
Yes, I have.
I guess we're a part of that, aren't we? I feel like we are. I feel like we're up and coming. I mean, obviously we're not in it yet, but like 10 to 15 years down the road, I mean, I think that could be us.
Like I've heard it in passing with Peterson and Shapiro, I believe. Is that kind of like the thought atmosphere that is different from the majority of the herd of what people are thinking, the more superficiality and all that is kind of like in the mainstream media, but like the deeper thinking questions they're considered the intellectual dark web because they go against the status quo.
Like the 99% versus the 1% kind of thing. So the intellectual dark web is like the 1% of like people that think differently. There's the 99% of just people that, like you said, the herd mentality. That's the way I look at it. They're like saying, you know, if you go on Fox, you have like 30 seconds to talk. Like you have barely any time to say anything. Like how do you get a whole, you know, complex issues, like everything that's going on in the, you know, United States and the world in general, but how do you talk about that in 30 seconds? There's no way you talk about what's going on in the world.
You can, absolutely can. Yeah, you're compressing so much emotion, so much pain, and so much suffering that literally you probably can't put into words, and you try to put it into words in 30 seconds. And it's like, well, today, yada, 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 and they say it in such a way, and it's flashing right in your face, and you're like, oh, alarmed. But then you hear about 30 other different things throughout that news report that are only 30 seconds long. So the only thing you remember is to, fuck, I'm afraid of something. I'm anxious now. And I don't watch the news because shit like that. But
they try to show you like a panda at the end too. Like they'll try to show you something like just like to soften you up at the end. Like they'll show you like how to like panda. Like it's just like so much like you see like the brainwashing. Like everything's good at the end, but everything is horrible up until then. They make you end on a